Hey friends, happy Friday. Josh Emery, Friday's vlog. Today the topic is good living, thriving in trying times. So I'm going to cover what I feel like are some of the most important practices and concepts to not just during a pandemic, but pretty much any time, but especially heightened and important now. First one, I feel like everyone should start with is a good practice of gratitude. There are endless, infinite things to be grateful for that we can focus on. Hot water, cold water, clean water. The sun came up again today. We have clothes to wear. We have a roof over our head or a tent to lay under. On and on and on that we could be grateful for. And it's powerful because when we're practicing gratitude, it's almost impossible to be worried about something, be upset about something, complaining about what we don't have. And that's why it's such a good defense. And it's also reminding us like, oh, wow, we have a lot of good things. So you start with gratitude as a good way to live in a good active resiliency, especially during trying times like we're going through now with the pandemic. The second key to good living and thriving at any season of life is a forgiving practice. Now, a lot of people I work with in my practice come in and say, yes, I realize that forgiveness is important, but I don't know how to do it, or I don't want to do it, or why does it matter? Why can't I just forget about it? And the challenge and the problem with holding on to old stuff, to bitterness, to resentment, is that it distracts us. It clutters up our mind, weighs down our heart, and it keeps us from being present. And being present is the third key to living well in any given time. And that is acknowledging that all we can really control and all we can really do oftentimes is be present in the here and now. When we're worried, we're typically worried about something happening in the future or next. Or when we're depressed or regretful, we're upset and consumed about what happened in the past. But oftentimes we realize there's immense amount of peace and beauty and calm in the moment when we learn how to keep the future out there and the past we've released and it's back there, and we have this moment to do whatever we want with it. And that's a mental practice along with gratitude. These are all practices that we commit to every day to release and to engage in the present. So instead of worrying about what's going to happen tomorrow, next week, or next year, which, by the way, most of those things are outside of our control, we learn to appreciate and be present in whatever day and whatever scenario we're in, whether it's work, whether it's home, whether it's pleasure. The practice of being present, training our mind to be in our body and be in that moment, is an actual skill set that a lot of us don't learn, and a lot of us long for when we feel detached and anxious and overwhelmed, because we're somewhere else in our mind. We're out there in the future. We're out in statistics world, or we're hung up on regrets and pain from the past. So ultimate good living is always going to be in the present. So practicing gratitude, forgiving often, and being present. Good living tips for today during a pandemic, but good living tips no matter what's going on. So go practice. If you're struggling, just acknowledge that it's going to take some work, but it's well worth it. Great to see you, and I'll see you guys again next Friday.